Welcome to geometry class. We're going to go over a few different items about classroom responsibility. We will also be covering many of these things on Tuesday when we get to our first class. To begin with, I'm Mrs. Davis, and our classroom days are Tuesdays and Thursdays. We'll be in class from 10:30 to 12 o'clock. And you're expected to be ready to go at 10:30. That means you need to be seated and have your materials out. Speaking of materials, there was a material list sent to you with your syllabus. Your parents have it, and we will be going over the syllabus on Tuesday, but I will be checking that you have your materials on Tuesday. So if you have any questions, please contact me before class begins. I do have days of the week that I am available that I set aside for tutoring. Whenever possible, on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I'm available from 2:30 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. The reality is that I'm also available during the day from 9 to 4 for texting short questions or emailing short questions, or if you call me for short questions. That means you have a question on one problem. Please do not save 10 problems and call me up with those 10 problems. It is important that we do things day by day. So, your responsibility as a student is to come to class on time and be prepared. Read the assigned material from your book. Do your homework on the day that it's assigned. I know this isn't always possible, but please do not show up on Tuesday having done all your work Monday night and then have a huge list of questions. Geometry and math in particular is designed to do your work every day, let it sink in as you sleep overnight, and then work on the next step the next day. Answer online questions if they're assigned, and if you do have questions, contact me before class. That's not the day of class, it's before class. So if we're coming to class on Thursday, contact me on Wednesday. Let me know you had questions on, as an example, number 18 and number 20, and I will go over those in class. Have all of your homework complete and ready to submit right at the beginning of class. When you enter class, there will be 2 baskets, one for your cell phone and the other one to drop your homework off. Watch the available videos before calling the teacher. We have a website that has all of my videos from last year. You do not have to watch the whole video, but you can scroll to the problem that you're looking for. So if you're having a problem and you know it's similar to example 1, you can scroll to the part of the video that has example 1. You will also receive in your homework sometimes at night from a program called Edpuzzle a question or two on a portion of a video. I do not require you to watch the full videos that we did last year, but maybe portions of them, and I will usually post those to you. An important thing is learning how to use your book. Before coming to class, go through your book and take a look at it. The chapters begin with a chapter opener, and they talk about key concepts and examples. These are important. You need to know what your goal is for that chapter. It will have exercise sets, there will be a cumulative review, and after we do that cumulative review, we'll actually have an exam. Check out the back of your book. There are symbols listed, lists of postulates and theorems that we'll be learning, and odd answers. Please don't turn in your homework and leave an odd answer blank. In fact, don't leave any answers blank. But particularly for the odd answers, you have an answer there that you can back solve from to figure out what you're doing. There's a glossary that gives you the definitions and an index about what's in what part of your book. And there are some quick reference guides. So I wanted to just go over what is your first lesson, and let me adjust this screen so that we can see the whole thing. You will receive a lesson plan every month. I will hand out the lesson plan to each student, but I will also email this lesson plan to your parents. I'm giving this to you so you can mark off when you've done your work for the day. Please check, here's my phone hours for tutoring listed. That I mentioned that all students can text or email until 4:30 p.m. I had said 4, it's still 4:30. And mentioned that videos are available on the website, the Dikaios website, on the bottom of the home page. All you have to do is click on online classes, click on geometry, and then enter the password, which I will give you on the first day of class. We will also in class go over what this process looks like. So let's look at Monday the 13th before we start class. There's a short video intro to geometry. Guess what? You're already watching this. Then you're going to read pages 1 through 4. Pages 1 through 4 is about sets, and this is actually a review from Algebra 1. We will be talking about sets and whole numbers as a review. Then it says begin vocabulary list for chapter 1. You are to bring a notebook with you. That notebook needs tabs. You're going to have different sections in your notebook. One of them is going to be vocabulary and definitions. So you're going to begin your vocabulary list for chapter 1, and the vocabulary list will be the words that are in italics or bold. Those words will be used all throughout the chapter, and you'll find that you're using them probably beginning from chapter 1 all the way through the end of geometry. So they're very important for you to know. You do not need to do an extensive list. This is a beginning. You'll notice that if you have that list ready when you come to class, I often go over the definition. It can be filled in at that time. And you're also to do notes. Now this time I'm asking you to basically copy examples 1 through 4. So in example 1, it has an actual problem. So what I want you to do right now is go ahead and grab your book and open it to page 2. Now that you have your book in front of you, you can see example 1, and it says describe set P pictured above using both a list and set builder notation. So you're learning how to do two things. And they have a group of items up at the top of the page. You take a look at those items, and it now says to use both the list notation and set builder. So the answer for A would be the list, where you actually list the items, and the example B would be set builder notation, and it shows you the format there. There's no guessing here. I want you to copy what you've written down there. Then I also want you to copy the table that's just below it. You may not understand what's going on there yet, but we're going to review it tomorrow, and then you'll have the table in front of you. Now if you skip to example 2, It basically expands on what was done in example 1. And please just write it down just like it is with, you can say example 2A and then write out the answer. And then we will discuss this in class. In the middle of page 3, you'll see a list of definitions. You can also add those to your vocabulary definition list. On page 4, they have example 3. Just copy that. And then on page 4, they have example 4 right before you do your exercises, and copy that. So when you come to the classroom on Tuesday, we'll discuss our syllabus and how we do things in the classroom. I will also show you examples of how I want your homework to look when you turn it in. I will take a look at the notes that you made for the examples and for your vocabulary, and then we will preview lesson 1-1. Now, depending on how much time we have, we will go ahead and do as many of the homework problems as we can in class. So it benefits you to be in class on time, to pay attention in class, and then we can get the bulk of our homework done. It's never my goal to send home 2 hours of homework. It's my goal to make sure that you know how to work the problems. One of the ways that we will do that is by using individual slates on our desks. You'll work the problem and just show me your answer. So more about that when we get to class. We'll be doing several different programs in class. We'll be using Quizlet, another program called LearnZillow, and Jeopardy also to study for tests and quizzes. The last thing I want to do is alert you to the bottom of your lesson plan. It actually has a phone number here. That is a cell phone. That means you can text me. And when you text me, you can tell me, hi, this is, and put your name, and then say, I have a question on number 10. And then tell me what time is a good time to contact you. If you wish to email me, this is the email that will be used for the class. So, hope to see you on Tuesday, and we'll progress from there. God bless and have a good day.